Hey y'all, how you doing? Mark here, and it's about that time I show you how Autopilot works on the streets on my way back home right now. So without further ado, let's get buckled in. All right, and set off. So it's Friday, just got off work. Not that bad of a week, but a pretty reasonably stressful sort of week regardless. So I'm already on my way home. We're gonna take some of the big streets home and we'll see how Autopilot works. And one of the niceties of my job is that I get to charge at work, and as you can see, I'm currently at 99%. All right, and the GPS is routing us to take the freeway, but we have other plans. And to accompany me with this silence, let's get some ambiance in here. Nice, relaxing. Can't even see this guy. All right, let's set off here. Right now, I'm gonna just take a left turn on La Cienega Boulevard, and for the most part, we'll be taking that street home. We'll ride on the left-hand lane and see how Autopilot works. See if there's any times, if there's any occurrence where I have to kind of overtake and take control, and I'll go ahead and place a counter on the bottom of this video. I wanted to take it, but we'll drive reasonably safe and responsibly. So here we are, setting off. Alright, and there's the Autopilot signal right there, right next to the chill. Alright, setting off. It's going a bit faster than what I would like, but nonetheless, it's slowing down. I'm not applying any pedal pressure, anything of that sort. I'll go ahead and drop it down to 40 since we're on the streets. I don't want to, abruptly stop and the car not know how to handle that situation. So we'll go ahead and keep it going forward. And it really picks up speed. This is what I was mentioning in my previous video of the car taking it on the highway. Yeah, in this video I'm definitely gonna keep my okay. Alright, it's doing it, but it's I will say it's much more nerve-wracking on the streets here. And then we are again fully charged. Looks like there's a bit of traffic right here. I see a couple people are turning back, doing U-turns. Alright, that's relax, take it easy, geez. It's kind of pulling a little harsher than I would like. Alright, take it easy. We'll leave it at 5. In my previous video, I did mention 4 was the sweet spot, but we'll keep it at 5 because yes, we've only been a couple minutes in already, and Jesus, sorry if I'm overly loud. Once you're away from that sort of environment that I have to deal with at work, not that it's a bad environment, but it's pretty stressful day in, day out. It's nice to kind of just get back to work and kind of freely yeah, I'm not sure what's going on. It looks like, I do see that there is a bit of traffic here, but nonetheless we'll proceed forward because again I do want to see how the car performs on the streets here. And it looks like we're about to, a couple cars are gonna get to merge in. I'm gonna let Autopilot do its thing. I see that this van's gonna probably want to squeeze on in, but the car, do your thing. Alright, it's little by little it's gaining my confidence, but nonetheless my foot is on the ready to take over. Alright, and I feel on the streets that level 5 is a bit better than level 4. Level 4 I really was picking up and kind of tossing me back into the seat a bit. it's honestly this white noise is really relaxing. I'm a sucker for water noises, as in like rain and like streams. And so it's still a bit sort of lurching a little more forward. All right, there's our first indicator of our first reminder to put our hands on the steering wheel. All right, there is somewhat there looks like there's construction roadwork here. So I'm not gonna force the wheel to do anything that it's not doing, but if need be, I will take over. And yeah, I see where the traffic is coming from. We got people that want to turn into the freeway, and there's only one lane. I don't like how it's getting back close to the cones. It's not too bad, but come on, car, you could creep a little more forward. We'll set it at 4 now. Oh, it was at 4. Oh wow. Okay, we'll keep it at 4. I thought it was at 5. Yeah, one of those days at work. Alright, I mean, for the most part, it's handling this part pretty reasonably. And alright. I haven't taken over. It has only reminded me once to put my hands on the steering wheel. It does. I'm not liking that sort of braking. Alright. Time to just sit back and enjoy a bit of the drive. Oh. Okay. Alright, car. Let's see what you do. There's our second reminder. And again, for anyone that's new to this video, which I'm pretty sure 98% of you will be, 99 actually, in fact, this is a what are you doing? Jeez. Alright, brake. Thank you very much. Alright, so as you guys did see just now, it did course correct to the lane on the right. It was initially more on the lane to the left, but that lane is to turn left. Oh no, that's the lane to go forward. Oh no. Forgive me, Tesla. Alright. And here we are, just continue to set off. I do have the speed limit set to a max of 40. And yeah, we'll continue to see how this goes. Again, this is just the basic autopilot. What will happen is when it detects street lights, as you can see, it's slowing down. I don't want it to. You're not supposed to slow down, buddy. Alright. I feel it. Yeah, alright. It disengaged there. It was trying to merge into the left lane when I wanted it to stay in this one. And then it did begin slowing down at the street lane. I do know that when it approaches street lights, it is supposed to slow down, and then you give it accelerator, and then it should proceed forward. But it looks like earlier it was just slowing down. So I'll go ahead and take over a bit. I'm gonna go ahead and get in front of these couple of cars here and get back on the left hand lane, so that way we can kind of just stick and hug onto that one. Let me go ahead and get in front of this truck. Guess not. All right, but that's the thing. That's the beauty of these, real world tests, right? We test this stuff out. We see it for what it is, and that way I give you guys, the proof, the evidence, whatever the case. Proof, evidence, same thing, right? But that way you guys have this, because at the end of the day, I know for a couple of us out there that are also looking to get Teslas, one of its enticing features is that that's all we hear about is that, the car drives on its own. And yes, indeed, that it's correct if you have the full self-driving, right? But this right here, this is the basic. This is free. This comes standard with the car. And so it's nice to still also try out the stuff that a good 80-95% of consumers are actually gonna just want, right? Just the basic autopilot. We'll go ahead and engage it at the next light, or once we pass this intersection, and see how it goes. But yeah, if I have to take control, at least 3 to 4 times, we'll go. I'll call it for the video. As a matter of fact, this may be a good time to test how the autopilot would engage off the intersection. So, if I were to, all right, it didn't do it then. Let's see how it performs once that. There we go. All right, and then it sets the max to 45, and I don't want that, so we'll keep it at 40. And so hopefully we get an example right now where. It went through that light. Yeah, because usually it should say, press accelerated to continue onward. If not, the vehicle will come to a complete stop. But, okay. All right. Not too bad. Not too bad. The sound of water really helps. Really calms things down. Really, just take it easy. Deep breath. It's taking these turns up pretty well. We'll go ahead and switch on over to the right-hand lane since we will be turning in a bit. So I will disengage autopilot once this light turns green, and we'll go ahead and showcase what that looks like while it's on and active. Because while it does deactivate autopilot, it remains in cruise control, which is a traffic aware cruise control. So it'll still keep the distance in front of you unless you give it some gas, which I will not. So right now I am applying throttle, and if I see an opening, which I do, and there it went ahead and deactivated the autopilot. It is still on cruise control, so I just let my foot off. I wonder if it'll stop. It'll stop. Will it stop? Will it stop? Ah, yes, it's slowing down. But is it stopping? Okay. I do not trust it for that. I had to go ahead and stop the car from going. And this is a double turn, so we could go ahead and give it a go. Alright, so yeah, no, that was no bueno. So that's already what? Second time I had to cancel it out on its own? Maybe, but we'll give it 3 more. Short-term memory. Speaking of full self-driving, I do want to try it out, especially with the recent news of what Tesla's currently doing with the robo-taxi stuff, and also the news with regarding that full unsupervised full self-driving will be coming to the Tesla Model 3s and Ys, and I believe the S and the X sometime next year. So that all that news and advancements forward is really interesting. And while I did mention in my previous video, I did have full self-driving for the first month. You get it for free as a trial when you pick up a Tesla. And I didn't try it much. I want to say I only gave it a shot once, but for the most part, what I really liked using was the autopilot, because I used it on the freeway. Albeit I only used it a couple of times. I never used it I didn't really use it on stop and go traffic up until the video I made, which I was pretty impressed, because in that video, for whatever reason, it wasn't lurching forward aggressively as it was in this one. In the 4 mile drive, 16 minutes, I've used up 277 watt hours per mile. That's relatively high. I usually get around 210 to 20, but I do also have the AC. Well, it's not on full blast, but I have it low. I did precondition the car before getting in here as well. All right, we're on a stretch. I just want to let this Tesla go. Boom, there we go, and we'll keep it at 40. All right, and be attentive. We will. From what I have seen is that if the lines are very visible on the road, Why are you slowing down? 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 No, 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 no. Pick it up. Pick it up. Pick it up. Jeez. Why does it keep slowing down? What are you doing? Alright, so as of right now, my foot is on the pedal, and it has been all that time. It's been wanting to slow down. And now we're staying. Jesus, God. Forgive me, anyone that I may have offended with that. Initial impressions, yeah, this isn't the best to do on the streets, especially if they're smaller streets. Definitely on the freeway, on the highway, whether it's stop and go traffic, full on throttle traffic, it's pretty impressive. I have to say it's really, really good. On here, it's just you're much better off just driving. Why go through the stress that this puts on, unless you're absolutely comfortable with it. I am not. Especially with the movements that it's been making. I mean, they haven't been abrupt in that sense, but just the simple fact that it's slowing down at intersections, someone's hauling behind me, and I start braking out of nowhere. That's bad news. So far, I wouldn't recommend it. If you want to try it out, try it, but please be cautious. Please be ready at all times. I mean, as you should be, right, on autopilot on the highway. But for the streets, it's elevated to it's elevated to a +10, honestly. Funny enough, right now it's not slowing down anymore at these intersections, and I still haven't seen the warning. Maybe my eyes just been too much on have been too focused on the road for me to realize or notice if that warning when I'm approaching an intersection has popped up. All right, it's not. There we go. All right, slow down a little more. Okay. Oh, all right. If I'm being honest, I don't want to continue doing this. But for the sake of the video, we'll continue on. I did say we'll get home to HQ fully on autopilot. Of course, not counting the parts I had to intervene. We still are on level 4, yeah. Right? And it's kind of going slow. Pick up the speed. I'm intervening. Yeah, that was a little too slow for my length. Alright, I let go of the accelerator now, and it is chugging along, but yeah, that was way too slow. The van, thankfully, they weren't, didn't seem in a rush because they weren't on my rear end, but yeah, that was a bit too slow for my liking to get up off the line. And now what I will do is I will disengage autopilot because I have to go ahead and turn. And I forgot I don't have to double press it, I just press it once. We get back on this street, I'll go ahead and enter back into autopilot. One thing I haven't tried as well, now that we're just here, is Joe mode. So it's supposed to make the sounds of the vehicle quieter. That is so much better. Listen to this. And if you're wanting to just relax, and if you're sitting on a line, not that it's that annoying, right? It has a relatively nice tune. You can just, yeah, I think I'm gonna keep that setting. All right, here we go again. I'll go ahead and get into the left lane, and we'll go ahead and commence autopilot again. Go ahead, Suburban. Alright, commencing in 3, 2, 1. I wonder why at some intersections it starts to slow down and then on others it doesn't. That's a bit odd to me. It hasn't been doing it. It hasn't slowed down on any of these. And it turned on the reminder relatively early. Haven't been looking anywhere other than, you know, behind the Suburban, and it's doing it again. I think what's happening is that it can't see my eyes because of the sunglasses that I'm wearing, but I've had them on this entire time, so I'm not sure what's up with that. Okay. Oh, okay, that handled that nicely. All right. Now, I did have my hand, but I wasn't applying the pressure. I was basically letting the wheel guide on its own. If I were to apply pressure, it would jump out of autopilot. Alright, nice. It's handling pretty well. My final thoughts. At least autopilot, I'll still want to go ahead and try the full self-driving version of this, but definitely autopilot is, I would not recommend it for city driving, especially out here on the streets. It's definitely intended for freeway. It works well in stop and go traffic. I've tried it in, you know, actual going and hustling and bustling type of traffic, and it's really well at that as well. But on the streets, it's just it's nerve-wracking. You know, you're slowing down all the way back here for no reason, and I'm going to go ahead and exit out of it and just drive myself home. So that'll be it for this one. Yeah, thank you all for watching. Appreciate it. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Later.